I've got a piece of formwork in here which I planned to remove as I was coming up to this part here, but I can't get the screw out on the side, so I'm going to have to pull this whole lot of formwork off. I'm waiting for the sides to dry. This one is a lot drier mix than this one here. There's still a lot of water coming out of that one, but this is still probably still on the wet side, so I've just got to try and trowel off the water, get a bit of surface drying going. So I want to get the formwork off before I start this next one over here. After getting the concreting done, it was time for me to get on to making the trusses. These are the very first timber trusses I've ever made, so forgive me if I haven't quite got it right, but I made the first one and then laid out the other two on top of this one here to get them exactly the same. So that's the pass finished out the front. So you step out the front of our little cabin there, directly onto the concrete pads, and you can put your seats, and it just saves you getting muddy feet all inside. You've got something clean to walk on, and we did build a structure over that, just as an awning to the front door there, keep all the weather out, but I didn't record that. Sorry about that, but it is a really nice addition to our little cabin out the front there. Hope you like it. Pippa! This is our little Pippa dog. You probably haven't seen her since she was a puppy. She's now 1 year old and about 3 or 4 days, aren't you? Hey Pippa. She's our border collie. She's beautiful. And for my next job, we built this little bridge here over our little gully that we have right next to our cabin. If you've seen some of my older videos, you'd know that I'm pretty keen to use all this tree fall here. This property had a number of large trees on it. Australian hardwood trees like grey box and some blue gums and just Australian hardwoods. I don't even know what sort of trees they are. A bit of stringy bark, I suppose. But when I get into my wood pile, I want to use it. I find that the yield is very low. I've been chainsawing up some logs, and in the middle they're all split and ant-eaten and full of mud and full of yuck, so the yield's really poor and it's a bit disheartening. I'll show you what I mean. And this is a little log that I cut down earlier. It's probably around about 2 meters long. It doesn't look all split and hollow. I'll just check the other end. And that side looks pretty good. Look, I may be able to get some workbench legs out of that, or it might help me with something. I'll try and chop it up. Let's take a quick look at what we got left here. It's the Australian hardwood grains. I don't mind, I quite like them actually. But what I'm having problems with, and I know this is going to give me problems, the big splits that are appearing, like that one through here, big split. It's just going to open right up. Now I know along here, see that one there, that's going to crack right open. All I can sort of look forward to is a small section of timber through here, so the yield is terrible. Trying to get some useful timber out of all this log pile is a bit of an effort. Hopefully it's all worth it, hey? I hate to see it go to waste. I think it's quite amazing when you saw the timber, what looks like a solid log, you saw it and then it just starts to open up in these cavities and splits, like there's stresses inside that timber that are released. It cracks. See if I can stand up with this lot. It's heavy gear. Doesn't seem to matter what project I take on, always end up having to fix something. At this point I was just about ready to burn this hole digger. Well, it ended up being the on-off switch was a faulty switch, and I ended up replacing it and it started working fine. That was hard work. So the surface was really hard and some stones and rocks, and you had to be careful. I almost nutted myself. And then you go through some soil, which is quite nice, and then you go through the clay, which is still damp and clumpy, and was a little bit tricky. So I'm still intact, and that's the main thing. I just chucked a little bit of coarse gravel right down the bottom of the holes, all of them. She'll be right. So these are 100 by 100 treated pine posts, so I'll be using those. I'll be finding a level across this way to start with, so I would like it nice and level, horizontal. Doesn't matter if that one's higher at the back there, but as long as each side is level with each other, otherwise I might get a twist in it. So I'm just going to start by tamping down this gravel. Somewhere there. Now I just got to find that laser. There it is, right there. So now I just got to work off that height, so I can make that height whatever I like. Now that I know that's level, I'll shoot a line on that one over there, and now I can deduct whatever I like evenly off both sides. Well, that's the plan anyway. Yeah, there's a little red line just there. Now I just want to make allowance for the rail, so I can check this out a little bit here. Now I've made the rails 125 millimeters, so I'm just going to make the rails stand a little proud. So I'm going to come, the rails 50 mil. I don't need to go in the whole 50 mil. I want some meat left in here. I don't think I can go down. I don't think I can make it any higher to check that out. Now, I would cut this on that saw, but the saw doesn't actually reach, so did this the old-fashioned way. It's a good little workout, that. Come here, Pippa. Come here. Hey. Here. Put your foot on here. Put your foot on here. Pull. Pull. Get it. Let's see how close I am before I go start filling in things and going all crazy. I've got to be close. Oh, very, very close. With this sort of thing here, out buying a couple of millimeters is not a big deal. That's oh, it's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. So at this point I can fill in those holes and then just stomp on all that that fresh fill, make sure that post is nice and tight. Do one last check here. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. That's very level there. So I'm just going to run one of these coach bolts through. Let's just start with one bolt at a time in case I stuff it, you know. Probably start putting on some of these boards. I'll line it up with the posts, try and get it fairly even on the sides. I'm going to cut off an amount of timber anyway off the sides. Now this is Australian hardwood, so like the name says, it's hard. Everything needs to be pre-drilled. I haven't nailed anything for a while. Hey Pippa, how you going? Well, I finished this bridge about 6 months ago in fact, and we have done some landscaping down the side here. It's our little gully. This is where the water comes down from the hill, slowed down by these rocks here. We hope to have all nice plants put down the sides. In time all these things will happen, but bit by bit it comes together, doesn't it, with a bit of work. Anyway, if you got this far with the video, thank you for watching, and we'd love to see you in the comments as always. Love reading your comments, we read them all, and if not, we'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, bye bye.